Well, hello guys. It's Donna from Flavors with a Twist. And how are my flavor twisters doing today? I hope that you're doing well. What we're going to do today, flavor twisters, we are going to make some delicious beef stew. And we're going to use my new toy, the Power XL Stirmax multi-cooker. So in front of you are all the delicious ingredients that we are going to use. Back here I have 4 cups of water, and I put 2 tablespoons of better than bouillon beef base. You guys know I like to use that than use the carton broth. This has more flavor. I have some onion powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder. I have a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of black pepper. And over here, I have some Italian seasoning. I have a tablespoon of that. In this dish, I have an 8-ounce carton of fresh mushrooms that I sliced. I took like 20 baby potatoes, and these are the red skin. And what I did, I cut them in half. I have a medium onion I sliced in this dish. I have some baby carrots in this dish, and what I did, I just cut those in half. I didn't want to leave them that big. I have 3 stalks of celery that I just cut in pieces like this. And I have 8 cloves of garlic that I put in my garlic press in this dish. I have a pack of McCormick beef stew mix, seasoning mix. I have a half a cup of flour, and I have 2 pounds of beef stew in this here container. Now what we're going to do, guys, we are going to just put some salt and pepper on this beef stew meat, and I'm just going to eyeball it. And so I'm going to mix it around so it'll be coated evenly. Okay. And I'm going to put some pepper. Okay. Put it so you can see it. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is mix this up. And guys, then I am going to take that flour and dredge it over this beef stew meat. And we're going to get our beef stew started. Okay, just take the flour and dredge it over. And you want to do this when you're making your beef stew. Some people don't use the flour, but the thickener, it puts the thickener in the beef stew, and you shouldn't have to thicken it later on. Okay. I'll put the rest of it on. Mix that up. And we are good to go. Now, let's get our Stirmax preheated so we can get this beef stew underway. Okay. Okay, guys. Now we're over here at our Stirmax, and what I want to do is set the preset to saute. So I'm just going to have to keep cooking it until it goes to saute. One more. There we go. And we want to set the cooking time to about 20 minutes. Come on. I'm still getting used to this, guys, but I love this pot. You must get you one. Come on. Okay. And it's on stir low, and that's what you want it on. Now I'm going to press the button, and once it preheats, then we'll be able to add our goodies. Now, another thing, guys, I have a stick of butter here. I forgot to have it on the table. I'm going to melt the butter in there, and we're going to saute the meat in the butter. So I'll see you when it preheats. And another thing, guys, leave your lid on it when you're preheating. That way it'll preheat faster. And like I told you before, it has to go all the way around up here, and then it'll be ready to cook. Okay, guys, it seems like it's on the last preset. Come on. Oh, it's one more notch. And I'm going to get ready to add the butter. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, let's get up here so you can see. And I'm going to add the butter. Let me break it up a little. Okay. I'm just putting a whole stick in, guys, because I have 2 pounds of meat here. And I want it to melt. And make sure that the meat has enough. Okay. Let's move it around a little. Oh, well, it's stirring, so I don't have to move it around. This part never ceases to amaze me. We're going to add the butter. We added the butter. Now, to the butter, we are going to add the meat. Let me get some tongs here. And I'm going to start adding the meat. Oh, I could get some bigger tongs than this, Donna. What are you doing? I might have to get my salad tongs. They're bigger. Okay, it holds some more meat. Okay. I dropped a piece. There we go. I'm just trying to get it all in here so it can start browning. Here we go. And I'm going to let it do what it do. I'm not even going to fool with this stuff. I just want to see if it's going to brown my meat the way I would if I was making it on the stove, which I think it will because it did the ground beef for my chili. So, okay, a couple more pieces. One more. Okay. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to let this go and until the meat start browning. And then we are going to put the rest of our goodies in. So what I'm going to do is put the lid on this and let it do what it did. Okay, guys, it has been going for 5 minutes, and look at that. And I didn't touch it. I'm letting this do its thing. So, look at that. And it has 5 more minutes to go on this setting. So, it should be nice and brown by then. Okay, guys. I let it go for 2 minutes. So, what I'm going to do now is take the meat out. And we're going to put our onions and our garlic in. Okay. I like using this here because you can pick up more than one piece at a time. And it's getting ready to start stirring again. Okay. Oops. There we go. You got to play rotation with this thing when you get your meat out. I love this pot. Okay. Come on around here. But it's doing really good, guys. Look at this. And one thing, you know, when you're browning meat or anything like that in a pot, especially with flour, it have a tendency to stick. And you don't have to worry about that with this pot. Okay, you just have to use a little bit of technique when you're getting the stuff out if you're doing this beef stew or something like that. Come on, because it will keep stirring. It's getting ready to stir in a minute. Okay, I can't get every little granule. So now what we're going to do, we're going to put the onions in. We're going to put in the celery. And we're going to put the garlic in. Okay. And see, now this is when it starts smelling good. That garlic. I got a couple of little granules there. There we go. And we're going to let this saute till they get a little soft. Look at this, guys. And this has my kitchen lit up with that garlic. Oh my goodness. And the onions smell so good. So I'm going to let this finish, and then we're going to add our broth and our meat to the pot. Okay, guys, our time is up. Now what I'm going to do is add this beef stew back to the pot. Okay. Get this around. There we go. Now we are going to add our beef broth. Let's pour this in. Yum. Okay, guys, we got the meat in and we got the broth in. Now, what I want this to do, it's on Stirmax over here, and I want this to come to a boil. So, and it's on stir low. So I'm going to press this so it can preheat around there. And once it gets preheated, the temperature should be around 400 degrees or whatever. And it will start boiling. And once it boils, we are going to break this down to stew and soup. And we're going to let that go for 2 hours. Now also, guys, what we're going to do now is add our seasoning. I have the onion powder, garlic powder. We have the teaspoon of salt, because I don't want to add a lot of salt, because that beef stew seasoning mixes, it has salt in it, and so does the beef broth. Okay, that's the pepper. And we're going to add the Italian seasoning. Yum. And I will be adding the beef stew seasoning once, you know, the 2 hours are up, and then we add the potatoes and stuff, and then I'll put the beef stew seasoning in, and I'll also add the mushrooms there. So what I'm going to do now is stop this. Okay, let me get down here so you can see it. And we want to put this on stew soup. Come on. There we go. Now you see it's blinking on stew soup, and it's on stir low. And we're going to move the time up to 2 hours. It's 1 hour. Okay. And hit start, and the temperature will drop, so it will quit boiling after a while. See, it dropped to 210. That's going to be more like a simmer. Okay, guys, we are ready to go. Our seasonings are in, and like I said, we're going to let this go. Then once I add the potatoes and the carrots and the mushrooms and then the beef stew seasoning mix, our beef stew, all it has to do is cook until the potatoes and everything get done, and we'll be ready to eat. Okay, guys, our 2 hours is up. Okay, and it stopped. So now what I'm going to do, we're going to add the carrots. Add those in. And we're going to add the potatoes. Okay. See, it doesn't look like a lot of potatoes. It seemed like it at first. That's how you want it. And let me stir in this beef stew seasoning mix. Then I can put the mushrooms in, because it'll be a little bit harder to stir it around once the mushrooms hit there. Okay. Now I have the McCormick beef stew mix, if I can get it open. Okay. Why do this not want to open? Oh boy. All right. And I mean to tell you guys, it smells delicious in here. Okay, got it. Now add the beef stew seasoning. Okay. Just mix it around a little bit. It'll stir evenly once the pot comes back on. So now let's add the mushrooms. And we're going to put another hour on here and let this finish cooking, guys. And make sure our potatoes and our carrots are done. It just doesn't take a long time for those because those are baby potatoes and carrots. So it doesn't take long for them to cook. So an hour should do it. Now, doesn't that look good, guys? So now what I'm going to do is, let me see. Come down here, and we're going to put this back on, let me see, back on soup, and I'm going to put an hour on it. Nope, went past the hour. There we go. There we go. Now see, it's stirring. Look at that, guys. Now I'm going to put the lid on this and let it finish cooking for about an hour. I'll see you then, and we'll taste our stew. Okay, guys, as you can see, we're down to our last minute. And our beef stew should be ready. So, I'm going to get ready to dip this up. And you're going to see how it looks, and I'm going to tell you how it tastes. Okay. It's on its last stir here. Look at this, guys. Yum. And it just turned off. Look at that. Yum. So, I'm going to dip some of this up, and we're going to taste it. Oh, boy, look at this, guys. Look at the gravy. Yum. Make sure these potatoes and everything is done. Look at that. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to dip it up and the camera's all in the way. Okay. And look at the gravy. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So we're going to see how this tastes. Okay, guys, I just put a little bit in the bowl here. And I'm going to take the vegetables like a potato. And I'm going to take the carrot. I want you to see how tender this stuff is, and some of the meat. And we also got a mushroom too. And look at this gravy, guys. And see, that's the purpose of flouring your meat and letting it sear that way. You don't have to add any more thickeners to this. Let me show you with a spoon. Look at this, guys. Look at the gravy. And you see, we didn't add any thickener to it. All we did was flour the meat before we cooked it, you know. So now, look at this. Here go the potato. Come on. It's slippery. But look at it. Look how it's just cutting up. It's nice, and look at that. Yum. Let me taste it. Oh, man. One thing about these little potatoes, they melt in your mouth like butter. They're really good. And let's try the carrot. I could have got a bigger carrot to show you. But look how easy it broke up. Let's try the meat. That's what you want. Look at that, guys. Look how tender that is. It's just breaking right up. Look at that. Yum. So, after we seared the meat, I did the vegetables, and once I put it on for 2 hours, after that 2 hours, we added the potatoes, carrots, and the mushrooms to the pot. Let it go another hour. Look at this. Yum. Just cut up the mushroom. Oh my God, it's good. And I'm trying to tell you, this broth to this beef stew, you're gonna love it. Look at this. This is gravy, not broth. So there's a difference to me. When I make beef stew, I like my gravy looking like this. Soup is different. You want it a little bit thinner, but this is perfect, guys. Make this recipe for your family. For this recipe and more, go to flavorswithatwist.com. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified of all the recipes that I upload. So, this is Flavors with a Twist. My beef stew, my savory beef stew. It's nice and hearty, and it's this time of year, guys. It just warms your belly. And I did this in the Power XL Stirmax multi-cooker. Get you one of these, guys. This pot does everything it says it's going to do. It's excellent. When I had it on there for the 2 hours, I didn't even have to check it. It stirred when it was supposed to. Nothing sticks to the pot. Then I put the other vegetables in, let it go another hour. I didn't touch it again. So get you one of these, guys. This is Donna from Flavors with a Twist. Bye.